Guys, unfortunately, I think we do have to do the cringy part of starting a new podcast.
Unfortunately, we do.
Yeah, we do have to introduce ourselves.
Yep.
No one wants to do this shit. But we just want to get over and done with.
Yep.
I'm Alexander Hickey. You?
I am Daniel Marshall.
And I'm Daniel Sales.
But we're going to call him Dan.
I wanted to make Daniel go first and just put him on the spot and make him get really nervous. I thought that would have been funny.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Go, Daniel. Dan.
What?
God damn it. We already fucked up the system.
All right. Okay, what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, shit. Yeah.
We're going to be talking about some news.
So I got the fucking...
So you've heard about GETTR.
Yep.
GETTR, right?
Yes, I have.
The alternative to Twitter.
Yep.
Have you actually used GETTR at all?
Nope, I haven't ever used it.
Actually, yeah, this Joe Rogan made a GETTR account, and I believe around 500,000 new people have joined GETTR.
Yeah, he left Twitter as well.
Did he leave Twitter?
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure he left Twitter.
I don't think he left Twitter.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm going to have to fact check you here.
Okay, fact check me then. I'm pretty sure he... I don't know, fucking whatever.
But basically, this is the, I guess you would say, right-wing alternative because, he's still on Twitter.
Still on Twitter.
Okay.
This is the right-wing alternative to Twitter.
But there's also people who are on there who aren't right-wing.
I know. But
Just the free speech alternative.
It's a free
speech
speech alternative. Like, what's his face? That Celtic basketball player.
Celtic basketball.
It's a team. The Celts. The
Celts.
The something Celts. What are they called?
I don't know.
He's the one talking about Tibet and the Uyghurs and stuff.
Jesus
have
Christ, I
no
don't
idea.
fucking know. Don't ask me about basketball.
Well, no, he's
Or
just famous
basketball
anyway.
players.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Fuck you.
Anyway, he's got to get her account.
The whole thing is just going to consist
This is
of
just
us
what this is.
swearing at each other.
Swearing at each other
Yep.
because we don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Shut up. I've actually used GETTR. Obviously, I've had to set up an account for Outback Liberty. It's like Twitter. It's exactly like Twitter.
But not as shit.
I never used GETTR, but I remember using that old app Parler.
Parler sucked.
Didn't they get banned
Yeah.
because of that
No.
January 6th thing? And they said
Yeah,
they
it
were
got taken off the
No,
App
hold
Store.
on.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, it got
then-
taken
then
off the
they-
App Store for a little bit.
Didn't they take
Yeah, there it
the
is.
server
That's
for
Parler.
it or whatever?
Yeah,
so it didn't
no,
work.
it got brought back up because of a court case, but like it was taken off for a bit because of the White House Capitol riot.
The Capitol riots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The very worse than 9/11 Capitol riots.
Didn't like 3 people died and it was only people who were actually rioting that got
I
killed.
think so.
So
It's still pretty crazy, but it's not like people are saying it's a coup. I wouldn't call it a coup.
It's not a coup. It was just a bunch of spastics.
That's the best way to describe everything.
let's go back to GETTR.
Yeah.
Ghetto.
GETTR.
Yeah.
GETTR.
What about you get a life?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was like the most kiddie joke.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you.
You know what? I'm going to name this episode Get a Life. How about that? Episode 1, Get a Life. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You can't use a computer.
I'm not going to do anything.
I'm pretty sure you don't even know
I'm
how
an
to use
old
your pencil.
I don't. I went senile last year and forgot to give you your birthday money.
I'm pretty sure you used to go toe-to-toe with Moses. That's how old you are.
I did. I was actually older than him.
You gave him the idea to build the ark. No, that's not Moses, is it? No,
that's
Noah's Ark.
fucking-
God damn it. Jesus Christ.
Moses. Jesus Christ.
I don't know shit.
Oh, this is so scuffed.
Scuffed, bro.
Moses Ark.
But what's actually interesting is that there's actually, I think, a Chinese billionaire that owns part of GETTR.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So I think even though this is a free speech alternative, I'll have to look it up. I have an article on it somewhere. But essentially...
Now, this app is a little bit controversial because of its, free speech, what would you call
platform.
it? Platform, is that there's been quite a few ISIS propaganda videos popping up on it. And
On GETTR.
yeah.
Don't you remember there is on Twitter as well?
There is on...
Don't you remember they're like, okay, we can have Twitter accounts. They just can't post bad crap on it.
But also like all the white nationalists and I think some KKK stuff.
On GETTR, really?
Yeah.
I haven't found any. Let me look.
Allegedly. I should say allegedly.
It's funny how Trump got banned on Twitter, but they let ISIS have an account.
Oh, well.
Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck.
I can't find the KKK. Maybe. A lot of these in Portuguese, and
I might be wrong about the KKK shit. Probably am, but
Fake
there
news,
is
man.
but
Fake
there
news.
is like all the white nationalists and ISIS propaganda stuff on there.
Oh,
Definitely. Allegedly.
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 We have to keep saying allegedly.
Definitely
You have
allegedly.
to, otherwise you get freaking...
Slam.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So, you've all heard about Novak, the top tennis player in the world.
Yes.
Yes.
I have, in fact.
I was just about to talk.
Too bad.
Fuck you, man. So his visa got denied while at I think Melbourne Airport, and so now he's stuck in a hotel, and they'd recently denied his request to get a better hotel. I think it's kind of screwy that he got invited over. They gave him an exemption. I don't know if it was an Australian exemption, but then to turn around and go, oh no, you're not allowed in here.
And stick him in a shithole hotel.
Yep.
Yep.
That's just fucked.
Yeah. That's I reckon, wouldn't be surprised if it's deliberate. They're just trying to
Well,
flex their muscle.
I think it's morally wrong. Like 95% of how much of Australia is vaccinated?
I don't know about Australia, but New South Wales is like close to 95.
Yeah,
Fully.
New South Wales is pretty much close to 95% vaccinated, or is 95% vaccinated.
Yep.
And the fact that we're not going to let him in because he's unvaccinated is just a bit ridiculous, because people who are vaccinated and people who are unvaccinated, they can still both get COVID.
Yeah.
We've seen that many times. In fact, when Omicron started spreading in South Africa, isn't that where it came from, Omicron?
Yes.
Yes.
And all the people that tested positive for it were vaccinated.
Yeah.
You know, this is not a disease.
77% of Australia is vaccinated.
77%.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh well. You can round it off to 95.
Yeah.
It's just a bit interesting. Like, when are we going to go? Okay, we can't just keep going into lockdowns forever, can we?
No.
How's that going to work?
The Northern Territory just did a lockdown for only unvaccinated people.
Yeah, I
He's-
saw. You have to stay at
Michael
home.
Gunner. Yeah, he's
Yep.
a psycho.
But how much of Northern Territory is actually vaccinated?
Probably not very much.
Probably not very much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that
I
up.
think it's probably one of the lowest in the country.
I actually thought it was one of the highest. Well, you got to think Darwin is pretty much the backbone of Northern Territory.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at
Basically, Darwin and Alice Springs.
That's pretty much it.
That's it.
And a rusty shed.
A rusty shed.
Oh, sorry.
rusty
Obviously,
shed
Uluru
makes
too.
Oh,
The rusty shed makes up 50% of it, probably.
One half is just Darwin and Alice Springs. The other half is a rusty shed. I'm sure we're going to offend a bunch of people by saying that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Vaccination status. Huh. It says... Oh, where we go. 95%.
Oh, really?
oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so they are high.
Yeah.
We got to remember the population of Northern Territory.
It's
nothing.
less than 1 million. I'm pretty sure.
And you want
We
to
don't know anything about our own people.
So they keep looking down. They keep looking down, but do you know how many COVID deaths they've actually had?
Like 3.
Yes.
Oh.
Something like, it's ridiculous. Like, they literally didn't have their first COVID death until like a month ago or something. That was like when they had their first COVID death.
What, in the whole of the pandemic?
Yes.
Oh, what about Omicron? How many people died of Omicron?
Yeah, well, how long has Omicron been around for? A month, 2 months?
And right
Not
now, we're
very
just going
long.
through variants like we're going through the alphabet.
Yeah.
Why even bother? Yeah, we've got 247,000 that live in Northern Territory. Yeah, not much.
247,000.
Yep.
What's the point of it? Why don't we just get...
What do you mean, what's the point? Where are we going to put them? What, so you just go, we'll
It's
just
not very many
cut them
people.
out.
Yeah.
Well, it's not technically a state, it's a territory.
Yeah. Should get statehood.
It
but
should get statehood. I don't know why it doesn't.
Yeah. That's just some water there. Ignore that.
You know what? Can you pour me some water too?
Yep, sure.
Because I'm lazy.
You fat child.
Sure.
There we go.
Did that pop up? No, it didn't.
We're talking about Novak.
Yes, we were, and I don't even remember where the fuck we were on it. Oh, no, we went off and started talking about, like, COVID variants and how long Omicron's been around for. Isn't that what we were on?
Yeah. How many months?
Been around?
Yeah. It's probably been around, like, 1 or 2 months or something, not very long.
About that.
And it's more transmissible, but it's less
Deadly.
Deadly.
Yeah.
which is probably better that it spreads around because then everyone will be immune. But everyone's still panicking, going, we're all going to die or whatever. And it's just
Well, it can kill people. But
course it can.
so can the flu.
yeah. And I'm not saying that we should just not care that people have died, of
Yep.
course. But I reckon that they pump up death toll. It was in Victoria. I don't remember who it was. Some fucking health official said that they count like if you die and you have COVID, but your death isn't a result of COVID, they still count it as a COVID death.
I've heard that. Apparently that's a thing in America as well.
It's probably a thing everywhere.
But I can't confirm that. I'm not, it is allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
We have to say that because otherwise it could be shit.
Yep.
I'm just really worried about where we're going to go the next year.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't. I thought we were just going to, like, Dominic Perrottet. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it.
Perrottet.
Yeah.
Perrottet, that's it, yeah. He said he's not going to bring any more restrictions. It's like, what can we do?
He's a flip-flopper.
He's a flip.
I think it's going to be, he's not going to bring any more restrictions for the vaccinated. Whereas the unvaccinated, I think, are going to be left behind again.
So I thought you were just going to go, don't worry about it. But they are going to ban people from going to nightclubs till the end of the month. It's not much at the moment, so it's not just nightclubs. It's live events, singing, dancing. I didn't think he was going to do anything about it, but he's probably getting pressured, I'd imagine.
Oh, he's too scared to do anything anyway. He's spineless.
He's a bit spineless, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
We need real people right now.
When he was, he said he was like he supports freedom and all this other crap, and now he's just
Off the rails.
Yep.
Off the rails.
Yeah. He's probably the least bad premier, though.
You reckon? Oh, they're all pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, they're all bad.
Exactly.
He's probably the best of the worst at the moment.
Not to defend the Liberals because they've been pretty horrible, but I think like the Labor premiers are a lot worse.
Yeah.
Because we've only got 3 Liberal premiers, so we have Perrottet in our state, New South Wales. We have Stephen Marshall in SA, and then some other guy in fucking Tasmania. I don't know his name.
Well, it's not like America, right? In America, the blue states are like lockdown, restrictions, yada yada.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's all of them, but typically the Republican states are just like, don't wear a mask, don't get vaccinated, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And we don't have that here in Australia. All states are fucked. the blue and red here in Australia are just like, get vaccinated. We're going into lockdown. Screw you.
Yeah.
It's just...
And they flaunt the rules as well.
Yeah,
it
sucks.
Remember when Daniel Andrews got fined? And then later on, you can literally go to jail for supposedly breaching health orders now. You can actually get jail time.
Yeah.
Imagine if it had been then. Would he have done that jail time? Nah, he wouldn't have.
No.
Politicians.
No way, man. It's not his duty to go to jail.
No.
It's only poor people.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is just a bit scary.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary. I don't know where Australia's going.
Yeah.
He Perrottet said he's not going to do any more restrictions. He's already stopped nightclubs for a couple of weeks. When will everyone go, okay, we're not doing anything by locking down everything? Do you think we'll ever have a shift to people going, okay, we just don't do lockdowns, we don't do restrictions. If you get COVID, it's just the flu. Do you think we'll ever have that?
I think that's probably what most citizens in the country want, but I don't think it's what the politicians want. If we're going to have it, we'll need to vote them out.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they all think that they're better that they know better, so they're just going to keep doing what they want to do. They don't care what anyone else thinks.
Yep. No, I agree. I've noticed that the big parties, they sort of just go on tangents of fake bull crap. Like they go, okay, for example, Dominic Perrottet says he loves freedom and all this stuff, but then once he's elected and once he's in, he doesn't do much about it.
Yeah, they just do it. They're liars.
They just it's
false promises.
Yeah, essentially they have one-liners that appeal to people. Yeah. You know, like that one-liner was to appeal to the libertarians and the freedom-loving people, and then this line appeals to the climate lovers. You just throw all out these random lines.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, look, he's very general in his thoughts, and not really like that.
He's just a fucking bureaucrat.
Yeah, just another bureaucrat.
Yep.
That's all he really is.
Government fuckers. Yeah. But like I said, he's probably the least bad out of all of them.
Least bad?
Yeah. I think that freaking Daniel Andrews, freaking Palaszczuk, they're probably the two worst.
I have no idea what you said, Palaszczuk.
Yeah, Palaszczuk.
What's that?
Queensland Premier.
Is that a name?
Yes.
Oh.
Anastasia Palaszczuk.
Okay, I know her as Anastasia.
Yeah.
What, is she Armenian or something? What is she?
I don't fucking know.
She's annoying. That's what she is.
I hate her so much.
Do you hate her?
Yes.
Okay, well, all right, it's a big term. To hate someone. Well,
filthy child.
I think people should really start voting for the other parties now. Labor and Liberal are going to let you down. The Greens are just Labor's little lapdog.
Yeah. They're just like the worst version of Labor.
Yeah. Their leash they have on the Greens is fading and broken and tattered. I mean, there are a lot of... I'm not going to alienate people who are in the Greens party because there are obviously some nice people in it. But, you know, it's not what we need right now.
Yeah.
If you guys should just be purely for the environment, and clearly you're not just doing that.
They have they have a very left-leaning agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I don't like
and
it.
that's the thing is like most people, I think, like they hear about the environmental stuff and they're like, oh, yeah, sounds reasonable. And then they get sucked into the party. Daniel's giving me a really creepy look right now. It's just putting me off. I'm like, he's if I go missing, just blame Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not, like, I got no problem if anyone disagrees with me. Have your own opinion, but I do. It does worry me because all these pro-lockdown people aren't willing to compromise at all. It's like you disagree with them. It's like, oh, you don't care about, you're just selfish or whatever. You don't care about people dying, and that's just bull.
Yeah, I'm really worried where we're going. Like there's a poll recently I saw on Facebook, I think, and it's like, should Novak be sent back to Serbia or should he play in the tournament? And surprisingly, most people said he should be sent back home. So
how much? By what percentage?
I'd say a majority at least. I'd say 70%.
Shit.
I
don't know. Like at least in America, they're sort of fighting it out. I mean, we're having big protests. I haven't seen one in a while now, like in Melbourne and Queensland and Sydney.
Yeah. I think a lot of people in Australia are pissed off. It just seems weird that this country, this is where like the authoritarianism has came to.
Yeah.
Because Australian people like sort of are regarded as like easygoing and sort of just leave me alone and I'll leave you alone and freedom loving.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You
unfortunately,
definitely have like a no care attitude. We just kind of get along with it. Like
leave me alone and I'll leave you alone.
But do you wonder that's why we have horrible politicians? Because we
I
don't
think
care.
that's why.
Because we don't care, yeah, and we've turned our backs. That's why. I think that's why.
A lot of people in the rural areas especially, they just want to do whatever.
Yeah.
They want to go back to their farming. They don't give a shit about politicians.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's their fault, 'cause it's definitely not, but it's just...
I think we all share a bit of collective blame.
Everyone shares.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that people were intentionally voting for these politicians.
I don't think people wanted this to happen.
No. But it's just what happens. These politicians will lie to you and tell you this is their platform and that such and such, but they change their mind once they're in, and no one really says much because there's apparently only two parties you can vote for.
Yeah.
There's much, much more.
Yeah.
Are
you going to vote for fascists or communists? I'm not actually saying that that's what...
You know,
but it's like...
I get you,
it's
mate.
like you've got an idea... Like,
stuck between like a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a little worrying.
Yeah.
I'm personally going to probably vote for the Liberal Democrats this year. Or, this year. Is it this year or next year? The election.
It'll be next year, I think.
Oh, we don't even know.
No, I do think it's... I think it's next year.
You think it's next year?
Yeah. So when was the last one? Was it 2019? Because we did vote in the last one. 2019.
Australian election.
This year.
Is it this year?
Look it up.
Oh, it is this year.
I don't know. Hold on. You haven't looked it up.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
Hold on, mate.
Spastic.
Shut up. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Timing for the 2022 federal election.
Boom, it's this year. But
It is this year.
There we go.
What about the state election?
I think that's 23 or 24.
That'll be next
We
year.
had that more recently. Yeah.
The state election was in 2019, so it should be next year, I think. That's what I was thinking about that. That's why I said next year.
I don't think ScoMo will win the federal election.
Oh, God, I don't want Labor in, though. I don't want him in, but I don't
It shouldn't
want
have to
Labor.
be that way.
Exactly.
It shouldn't have to be.
I don't want either of them.
Liberal loses, Labor wins.
Yeah.
Right now, it should be
Just throw them all out, take them all out to
freedom
the trash.
against lockdown. I think that's what we're eventually going to shift into. I think it's that's going to be the driving force in politics. I don't know if it's going to be hit here in Australia where we're predominantly pro-lockdown, but I would see the more and more in America is that it's going to be politicians who are, no, let's not have lockdowns versus politicians who, we need the lockdowns. Yeah. I think that's, I don't know if we'll get to that, but I'm starting to see America go down that path.
I think America, it's more like there's a big rift between the left and the right, but I think the majority of people in America just want moderates.
Yep. No, everyone wants moderates, even here.
Yeah.
Most people you talk to are pretty moderate people.
Yeah. They're not far left or far right. Or
the media would have you believe that it's a lot more
Like complete opposites.
Yeah. You're either racist or what? What's the other? Not racist.
Anti-racist.
Anti-racist.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Yeah, everyone has anti in front of the name. It's not good. Like anti-fascists.
Yeah.
Who
Except
are-
the anti-fascists are actually fascist, and a
Ac-
lot of the so-called anti-racists are actually racist.
yeah, it's a bit weird.
A bit weird.
It's a lot
It's
weird.
very weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Sorry I said anything.
Yeah. How
Bastards.
dare you?
Better be.
How dare you? It's 2022. Oh, it feels weird to say that.
Yeah.
Another year, another lockdown.
Yeah.
When did COVID started in
2019. I think about the end of 2019.
What about Australia? I think it hit
Start of
2020.
2020. Yeah.
Oh, Christ. We've been doing this for 2 years. Oh, in and out, man. I'm sick of it.
Let's go for another.
Yeah. Let's go back into lockdown. No, off. We're not going back into lockdown. Yeah.
I don't want to go back into another lockdown.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah. I know you. I don't really think that the majority of. I don't know. Maybe if it is the majority, even if the majority of citizens in Australia do want lockdowns, I don't think it's going to be a big majority. I think it'll probably be just like 55, 60%.
Yeah.
Or something, because there's a lot of people that don't like it, that really don't. Most people I've talked to seem pretty fed up with it.
Yeah.
But then I have talked to a lot of people who think, no, we should go back into lockdown and masks and QR codes and whatever other
QR code
shit.
sent to your own home.
Yeah.
To go to the mailbox.
sign into your own house.
Yeah.
South Australia, a few months ago, they were they sort of introduced a system where you could quarantine at home.
You had to take a photo of yourself like every
This
hour.
is actually legit.
Yeah.
I've looked it up, but I couldn't find much on it.
That's scary.
Is it legit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not just spreading misinformation.
Yeah,
That's pretty fun to do, spread misinformation. But
Do a little trolling.
Well, according to
little
the
troll.
Australian government, probably everything we've said is misinformation.
yep,
Yeah,
we love our government here.
we do.
We love CCP,
Yep, definitely.
Xi Jinping.
Yep.
We love you. Please give us good social credit scores.
Z definitely doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh.
He does not look like Winnie the Pooh. you want to really iterate that he definitely does not look like Winnie the Pooh.
And that's definitely not why Winnie the Pooh got banned over there either.
That's definitely not the reason.
No. And Taiwan isn't a country.
Taiwan is not a country.
South China Sea belongs to China.
There goes our money.
We belong to China as well. Well, we kind of do because they own like so
Yeah.
much fucking land over here.
Yeah. How much? I want to look that up. How much land does China actually own in Australia?
Don't they own like a fair chunk of Victoria's infrastructure?
They own a lot of cattle stations up north. They own... Daniel Andrews did sign on to the Chinese... Was it the Belt and Road Initiative? But one good thing ScoMo did was shoot that down. That's horrifying. Why would he do... Why would he do that? He's probably in bed with the communists. What was that
They
for?
own 2.5% of all agricultural land in Australia. Or how about this? 9 million hectares.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit worrying.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of countries own our land. For example, Singapore. Brunei is a very small nation. It's surrounded by Malaysia.
Yep.
And they own land here in Australia that's bigger than their own country. And I'm pretty sure that's where they get most of their meat from.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I don't care if it's like a normal country that has
A normal country.
Yeah, like United States or I don't know. I've never heard of that bloody country before.
Brunei's a bit of a
Yeah.
dictatorship.
No,
A little bit.
maybe that's a worry.
And,
if it's like a country that's not run by complete psychopaths, then
Oh
I don't
no,
mind.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a king. He's a sultan. Sorry.
Yeah. But like country like China or something,
Yeah, it's pretty.
I don't really like the idea of them owning land in here, especially since they're so powerful now.
Well, what do you think about the enemy of my enemy? No.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Okay, I thought I said that wrong. So what do you think about working with hostile nations, but not as hostile as China, to reach a better goal?
If we have a point we can agree on, then
For
I don't see a problem with it.
I'll bring up an example. Indonesia, we're one of Indonesia's biggest allies, but they're a bit problematic in what they do.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the West Papua region. You know, they're killing a lot of people over there. It's pretty bad, but you know, do we ignore that? Just have a powerful ally to fight with China. What do we do in that situation?
We've got to see what do we think would work out the best
Yeah,
for everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what about those people over there that are being tortured over there?
Well, that's also a bit of a problem.
They've got they're really. You feeling your mustache?
Yes.
Can I feel it? I wish I didn't do that.
I think there comes a
I wish I didn't let you do that.
even though we're allies, I think there comes a point where you still have to point out the bad that they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, like a compliment sandwich. You're doing a great job, guys. Stop killing those people. But we need to fight China.
Well, don't forget in World War II we worked with the Soviets, and I guess we weren't enemies at that time, but they turned out to be pretty horrible. And
Yeah, good.
Even that alliance was still sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it definitely would have helped defeat the Nazis, though. Because we both had a mutual enemy. But then again, is it right to ignore the horrible shit that went on there? It was probably worse than what happened in Nazi Germany.
Yeah. Well, objectively, they did kill more people.
Yeah. Not even close. Way more. Like almost 10 times as many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. So, you guys heard recently about New Zealand banning smoking.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
Oh, that's fucking retarded.
It's stupid. I get that, like, you know, I don't like smoking, and like, I get this is the way to reduce the way, like, how many young people are smoking.
Yeah, I think that's
but it's the wrong way to go about it.
You reckon it's the wrong way? Do you think?
Because they're banning cigarettes, but they're not banning vapes.
Aren't they?
No.
Oh,
They banned vapes here. You have to get like a prescription from your doctor to get one.
are you serious?
Yeah, in Australia.
But there's a store just down there it's got vapes in it.
I know.
So, what? Who they're selling it to?
You must have to get a prescription to get them.
But there's kids everywhere with vapes at schools and stuff. I'm hearing about this.
Because it was pretty recent. I don't even know if it's taken effect yet.
But yeah, the whole
Like
thing
kids-
is by next year they're going to introduce a bill for people born after 2008 that basically they will no longer be able to buy cigarettes because each year they'll be increasing the age that is required to buy the cigarettes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's going to be like, you have to be 80 years old to buy cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I don't like smoking. Like, don't do it. I think the best way to go about reducing the amount of people smoking is education. But then again, if you're not affecting anyone, it's sort of you want to go fucking have a smoke, then that's your problem, not mine.
I think it should be your choice if you want to, you know, have rotten teeth and shitty lungs, but
And fucking a horrible death, that's your fault. But
It's up to them.
yeah, I suggest you don't do it, but I'm not going to make you do anything.
I mean, there's already one country that's banned smoking.
I'm sure there's more than one country that's banned smoking.
Well, I mean, the only country that I know of that's like, you know, banned smoking is Bhutan.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do you know that? Do you just pull out random knowledge out your ass?
Yeah, I do.
Or do you just have a book on Bhutan?
If he reaches his hand up his ass, there's like little fun facts of the day.
Yeah, I have little notes in my ass I just pull out. It's like, oh, little fun
Just trapped
fact
in
of
your
the day.
ass hairs. I'm going to look up how much they actually make on cigarettes.
Probably a lot.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, I think it was only 13% of the population actually smoke.
Yeah. The government
Well,
make a lot because of the taxes.
And also, here's the problem with banning cigarettes. It's going to create a huge black market.
Obviously, yeah.
Oh,
Think about it. So think about what's going to happen, right? If I lived in New Zealand,
yeah.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy a shit ton of smokes. I'm going to have just a room filled with smokes, right?
Wait till the law comes into effect.
Wait till law comes into effect.
Yep.
Bam, 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 bam. I'm pushing it out. Unless they're going to figure out that I've got. I shouldn't be saying this now.
He's not actually
They're
going to
actually raid my house.
He's not actually going to do it. We're just joking.
I'm not actually going to do it. First off, after I moved to New Zealand, and then they're like, aren't you that guy that wanted to just have a room filled with cigarettes you want to sell later?
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not me.
And plus, I don't really want to live under their horrible leader anyway.
They're making, I don't know, is this it? Let me read this. Is that New Zealand? Is it New Zealand? I don't know if it's in New Zealand. I'm trying to read you. Okay, it is. All right. So cigarettes bring $1.7 billion into New Zealand's purse each year.
Holy shit.
So what do they can't miss out on all that revenue. Do what ScoMo does.
Raise income tax. Just do that.
Each year, isn't he doing that? He raises the tax on cigarettes and alcohol each year.
Unlike cigarettes, I'd say it's actually possible to use alcohol and not fucking put yourself at risk of serious health problems, provided you do it in moderation. So why the fuck would they want to do that to alcohol? More revenue. That's why.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't think they care. I don't think they probably put the tax on it, right, to be like, you know, oh, it's a bad drug. You should stay clear of it. It's all going to make it more expensive. Yeah. I don't think they actually care about that. I think it's like, we can make money off this. People are not going to stop buying alcohol.
ScoMo can get a pay raise. And so can every one of the stupid premiers in this country.
They certainly can.
Yeah.
They certainly can. We're doing good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just checking. 36.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it went
that's-
past pretty fast.
It went past pretty quick.
Fast. I'm
Yeah.
illiterate.
We know you are.
For the last couple of minutes, let's talk about what we think Australia will be like this year. What do you think's in store?
What do you reckon's in store? What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
COVID restrictions. Don't you dare throw a card at me or whatever that was.
I think it might be better than last year. I might be jinxing it right now. I think it might be slightly better. I think instead of lockdowns, it's going to be like, all right, there's cases in gyms. Close down gyms for a couple of weeks.
I think there'll be, like, hopefully no more lockdowns, but they're going to keep imposing restrictions every so often. So, like, you know, no more nightclubs or no more gyms.
Literally what I just said. But
Well, I'm reiterating it.
well, thank
You
you.
fucking...
Was that the peg?
Yes.
You pegged a peg at me.
So, Alex was just hit in the head with a peg, if you're wondering what just
I
happened.
also just said that. Is everyone just going to reiterate me?
Yes.
Is that all this
And
is?
by the way, I'll just mention Alex got hit in the head with a peg.
Oh, by the way, I just want to mention that I just got hit in the head with a peg.
Just want to mention that Alex got hit in the head with a peg.
All right, it's old now. That's enough.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway, I think that I'm sort of hoping that this lockdown shit at least like sort of made people think about who they vote for a little more, and maybe I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I hope that it means that the major parties lose a bit of power. anyone who supports lockdown. I don't think that. Unfortunately, I don't think everyone's just going to turn away from the major parties. I think some people will.
No,
I do think we might see a couple more like non-major parties get more votes than they have in the past couple of years.
Oh, definitely.
I think there'll be a swing that way, but I don't think it's going to be.
It's not going to be major.
Yeah.
Like I think one of the major parties will still win the next federal election, but we'll definitely be seeing higher up in there.
Could you imagine? Let's just say if we did get like an independent prime minister. I bet you that like both major parties would be just shitting themselves, talking about how they're radical or whatever. I bet you that's what would happen. They would shit their pants.
So I'm probably going to vote for the Liberal Democrats, just because they kind of align with my political beliefs. Me being a libertarian, and they've from the start been anti-lockdown. You know, they're consistent. They don't bullshit things. No one lies. It's just consistent.
Yeah.
And right now we need that in politics is consistency. We don't want flip-flopping. We don't want Dom the flip-flop.
Dom the flip-flop.
Right now Australia needs consistency.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care what side of the spectrum you're on, even if you need consistency from the left wing or consistency from the right wing, we just need consistency.
Yep.
That's all we really need. Anyway, see you guys. Been a good one.
Thank you.
Good one. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Love you.
They're not your children, Daniel.